Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Scott Roberts and Sasquatch Man. Are your microphones even on?
We're on which platform?
Wow.
Amazon, right?
I think it is.
Yeah. It's an Amazon thing. So if you go on Amazon Live, you find us, and you subscribe, then that's
it?
That's
all you gotta do?
I don't think that's all of it. I think that you also have to enter into something. So,
Oh.
right?
What kind of prizes are in this kind of contest?
Really cool prize.
Ooh.
Really
I like cool ones.
Yeah, yeah. An Ixos 100 mount. Right?
Wow. That'd be cool.
I think it's like an 80 millimeter refractor on there.
I think it's this one right here.
What?
I think it is.
I think it's bigger than an 80, right?
No, that's an 8640.
That's an 80. Well,
That's the 8640.
Let's pull it up here.
Let's get it on up.
Okay. Get it on up here. So this telescope on the little Ixos 100 mount, the mount that could, okay?
That's the mount that can.
That can, that's right, and did.
It did.
And did.
It has.
Yeah, we have guys that are using, I've seen photos of this thing with like a 102 triplet on there, guide scope, lots of equipment on there, and the whole counterweight rod loaded with counterweights. And these guys are doing like, long exposures.
Yeah, they're doing almost 15-minute exposures.
Yeah. So you got 100 not 100 mile per hour Wade, but 100
hour Wade. Well, it was 106 point something.
Right.
Yeah.
But not a continuous exposure.
No, not.
But tracked and stacked that many hours with this mount and his system, and it was just a beautiful astrophoto.
Yeah, it was great of the North American Nebula.
Right.
It was really, really good.
Right. So, yeah. So now for those of you out there who don't know about the Ixos 100, this is controlled. It's a go-to mount controlled with the PMC8, and it has auto guider port on there. Full-blown go-to system. You can control it with an app. You can control it from your PC. You can control it from a Mac. Okay. So one of the most versatile systems out there. We even have people networking the thing to their home network, and so there's all those connection possibilities. Certainly great for visual work, but an incredible tool for astrophotography.
It's extremely. I love mine at home because I literally just set it and go.
Right. Now, what some of you may not know, although I've been talking about it quite a bit, we have become the distributor for Vixen products out there. And Vixen has like this thing I was just looking at today called the Polari.
Oh, the star tracker.
Right, the little star tracker thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you compare that star tracker and the cost of that, okay?
Yeah. That's...
And add a tripod, okay, because it doesn't come with a tripod.
Nope.
All right.
To get a good tripod, it costs quite a bit of money.
That's true.
It does.
And then you've got, you need to have like an assembly to put your tube assembly on, okay? So there's bracketing that you got to buy. There's all kinds of stuff you got to do to get it up to what the Ixos 100 already is.
Well, it never can be because it only rotates in one direction. All right.
It's true. And it doesn't do go-to.
And it doesn't do go-to.
Doesn't do go-to.
You have to manually move it to a target, and it doesn't have a deck. So this is already, in my opinion, a better option for beginners. There's nothing wrong with RA trackers, but if you're already going to spend up to 500 plus, you might as well get a mount.
That's true.
And that way you can use small refractors. We've seen people use smaller SCTs on these as well. A lot of great
When you say
planets there.
smaller SCT, what are you talking
6 inch.
6 inch.
6 inch.
Not bad.
That's pretty incredible for something of this caliber. Because some people do compare this to it like a little Ioptron star guide or eye guider and the Skywatcher star tracker. But the main difference is I can control this with an iPad, an Android tablet, a computer. So it's getting more towards the advanced level, or not the novice level anymore.
Right.
So I love this little thing. You can use it with DSLRs. You can use all sorts of wonderful stuff. And it's just right out of the box, and it works. I can literally just use it right out of the box. And that's what we wanted to go for here at Explorer Scientific. And we're working on a app for the phone.
Right. Right. And so that's going to be really cool.
That's going to be real nice.
Both Tyler and I have beta versions of this app right now. And I really love some of the features that are on it. So
it is great.
Once we're done, we're going to do we're just going to we're going to comb through all the features of that app. But it does make it very easy to operate an Ixos 100 mount or any of the PNC8 mounts that we have. Yep. So. And if you're intending to kind of start somewhere and grow, I would say that if you bought an Ixos 100 mount, a lot of guys buy stuff and then they trade it in, they sell it off, and then they go to the next level. With something like this, you would probably never actually trade it in because you'd always keep this guy.
That's a great travel mount.
Right? So because you need something that's grab and go, and this is an essential tool, I think, for someone that is an astronomer that does more than just go into their backyard or just always to the same place. Traveling as an astronomer is a lot of fun. I've been around the world, and if you could carry gear with you, okay, there's a lot of cool places to observe from. And so with this particular system, you can take off the counterweight rod. You can remove the head. You would have this whole thing, okay, to deal with, but
that's pretty small.
It's still pretty small.
It's pretty small.
Right?
What's the weight capacity on this? Do you know?
Well, what we advertise or what it really does?
Let's go with advertise.
Advertise. Okay, so I think it's like 9 pounds or something like that. Photographic. Okay.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And quite a bit more
it's
visual.
About 15 for visual.
Visual. But we have guys that are going
they load it.
They load it out. So I think they're going something like 15 to 20 pounds.
They push it.
Right?
I think there was a
Instrument weight. Okay. Instrument weight. So you have to have counterweights too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to equal the balance.
Right. And so they're really pushing it. But the stepper drives in here handle the load. And it's smooth. It's quiet.
Very quiet. I like it because it sings.
It sounds like a precision sewing machine or something like that to me. So, although my sewing machine at home that my wife uses, and I would like to learn how to use, but I can't figure out how to sew.
It's easy.
I can't figure it out.
That's bad. You're a military brat and you can't sew.
So we
I
have
can't sew, but they're kind of noisy. So, but
we have a
this thing
few
is beautifully
comments.
quiet.
You got comments?
Comments from the Facebook world and YouTube world.
Let's go.
David Samard says, "Hi, Scott and Tyler."
Hey guys.
Hey, David.
Parth Dandekar says hello.
Hello.
Tariq Alhamrani.
Hello.
Hi, Tariq.
He says, "Nice haircut, Scott."
Hey, thank you. Thank you. It's pretty short everywhere.
I didn't know your barber was watching.
Yeah.
And that's it so far.
That's it so far. So, so we're coming out of the pandemic now. Okay?
Are we?
Kinda. Okay. Kinda.
You have
All right.
foresight then.
All right. We've already been under pretty heavy
we have been
pandemic era for a couple of years already.
Yeah.
And the way that I can tell is that you have people going to star parties. They're getting out a little bit more,
But is it people just kind of getting used to that this is part of everyday life now? We're just going to have to get used to it and just go out.
I mean, don't you feel that way?
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
it's you just got to get used to it now. You just got to go on with life.
Yeah. So, and we are. But also, too, it seems like the virus is not as deadly as it was, so... I'll give a nod to still that people are who do get it and very ill and all the rest of it. And I would advise anyone, still to, we're still social distancing, still wearing masks where, that's appropriate. And, but star parties are great because you're outdoors.
Yes.
you're kind of already socially distanced, sometimes by a big distance.
Yes.
And it's fun to observe with a group of people. You're not going to be like all squashed together. You're going to be, I don't know, 20 feet away is probably going to be your closest neighbor, right?
It's nice to be around like-minded people.
And it's safer to be around like-minded people. Okay. So, because if you go out where it's dark and it's desolate and stuff like that.
I was always wondering why I never got invited.
Why you never got invited?
There could be reasons we just can't say on live TV.
No, well, you're invited. Okay. So anytime. But it's a healthy thing to do. It's a lot of fun. You're going to find a great group of people almost anywhere you go.
It's a good family activity as well.
Yeah. And I've noticed I've done star parties in China, Taiwan, here, of course, in the United States, Canada, some star party activity in South America. And the thing I learned is that this community of people are kind of like all very much have the same kind of, good attributes. Okay. You're going to meet very honest people. You're out there with pretty expensive equipment a lot of times. I have rarely heard of anything stolen at a star party, or anybody, any kind of altercations or anything like that. Usually you say party, things happen, there's, but not at a star party. So it's a great family activity. One of the safest things you can do, and I believe one of the healthiest things you can do as well.
Yes.
Because you're out under the stars.
It's a good mental release.
Absolutely.
Get away from everything.
Absolutely. But
Winter Star Party. That's the one in Florida, right?
No, is it Florida or?
It's the Florida Keys. The Winter Star Party is at Camp Wessam Key, which is a Girl Scout camp. But they've also annexed the Boy Scout camp, which is right next to it. So beautiful place. It's right on the Keys itself. You can see the ocean on one side, and you can see right behind you the ocean on the other side, because you're on one of the thinnest part of the Keys. And what's cool about it is that you can see Southern Hemisphere objects.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, you can see Omega Centauri pretty easily. Some nebula that you normally would not think that you could see from North America. You can see
like
way,
a large
way
Magellanic Cloud.
That is just like below the horizon. You can't quite see that.
Dang it.
So the first time I saw that, I was like so surprised how big it is, because I was expecting to be. You see photographs of the whole sky, and you see these two little oval things.
So Simon Lewis, one of our ambassadors, he has a little night sky camera in his roll-up shed. And I was just fiddling around because I can look at it just to see what scopes are doing. And I saw a big, giant, puffy cloud just kind of floating across. I was like, that can't be it. So I messaged Simon. He said, yep, that's the large Magellanic Cloud.
That's the reason why they were calling them clouds. Yeah,
it's
so
huge.
It's huge. So it was a shock the first time I saw it in real life. But that also brings us back to being able to travel and being able to travel with portable gear. And so those are the brownie points for the Ixos 100. If you are interested in a product like this one, you should probably look at, you can go to Cloudy Nights. There's a number of review sites that you can go to. YouTube, there's guys that have done reviews on them and stuff. Don't take our words for it.
We even have testimonies on a website.
Well, that's true. That's true. But they're on our website. So a lot of people think that, is that real? Okay.
It's always real.
Of course it is.
Always real.
Of course it is. But seeing it, in a forum type of environment and stuff like that, I think is.
You can always go to the group's IO as well, and they will give their honest opinion.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
So we have
a brutally honest opinion. So, and that's what amateurs want.
So that's
what I want when I'm getting
in 2020.
Yeah.
I guess you gave away some telescopes in the rain. Maybe no, I don't know. So look here.
Read that again.
So, it's Winter Star Party,
Okay.
2020 SCAS.
Okay.
Grand prize winner. Thank you, Scott Roberts and Explore Scientific, for donating that wonderful telescope to the WSP as our grand prize. And this is you with the man in the red shirt.
We just can't see it.
Oh, I do see that. Yeah, I remember that. Yep. So it's been great to be part of the Winter Star Party. They always embrace us, as any vendor that might go to Winter Star Party. So, but it is kind of out of the way.
Worth the drive.
It's a long drive. It is a long drive. So, if you're going to Winter Star Party, you fly into Miami, rent a car, drive a few hours south, okay, to get to, you might get a hotel in Marathon, for example, or in Key West, or in one of the resorts that's up and down the Keys
Nice
there.
picture there. So I guess somebody's got a daub. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Barely see it.
Giant daub, actually.
Oh, maybe we can get one of those 36-inch ones.
So look at the Milky Way in that shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Really beautiful. So
What's the portal scale there?
it's not, I've been to much darker sites, but I will tell you that there's this combination of things, this kind of a relaxed kind of feeling that you get. They call it the Keysy feeling or something like that. And it's real. You know, you go down there and your blood pressure comes down and you just feel a lot more at ease.
You can hear the water crashing.
Actually, no.
Really?
Because it's the Keys. And so you're already on a reef.
You're already on
Yeah.
the reef.
You're on reef. And so you can hear like the water lapping up at the shore, but no waves. Okay. Great diving. Great diving. I have dived out there before. So I went to a place called Sombrero, which is probably a beginner's diver's area, but it was beautiful, and the corals are amazing. And
We
all
got
of
a
that.
couple of questions here.
Sure.
Robbie King says that he finally got his computer, so he will be unboxing and putting together his Ixos 2 PMC8.
Okay.
Any advice or anything to watch out for?
Any advice or anything to watch out for? Well, first thing I would recommend, his name is Richard?
Robbie King.
Robbie Keene.
Robbie, is make sure you go to our website and make sure you download the latest firmware and the universal firmware configuration tool. That'll help you fine-tune the mount. The great thing about with the new update that we just did, we have the ability to now to control the amperage to the motors. We can either jack it all the way up to, depending on what the mount it was, and bringing it all the way back down, so it doesn't use a whole lot of wattage or voltage or put a lot of strain on the motors. So it's kind of it's a great little manipulation tool that we provided for our customers. So that's one thing I would make sure you do is if you go to our website at explorerscientific.com, go under the Mounts tab, and there'll be a drop-down menu, and you're looking for the PMC8 software and downloads. And about a quarter of the page down, you'll see I believe it's called the updated UFCT installation kit. It's got an underscore on it. It's a clickable link, and that will start the download immediately.
So you need a cable though, right?
To do that, you will need a cable. What you can get is called a USB to, I call it an FTDI chipset, but I believe it's an RJ232. I believe that's what
the
cable.
connector, but there's an electronic circuit.
It's the little there's
that's
a
the
circuit
chipset.
in the serial cable that goes into your silver box.
Yeah.
And then the USB will go into the computer, and
Right.
that'll just transfer data over from one thing to another.
So
And
Daniel Sanchez, he asked, "Hi Scott, could you explain what is the difference between that mount and the HD model?"
the heavy duty version.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy. It's the same mount. It's exactly the same mount, except that we've added, which of course you can't see here, but we've added an azimuth
If you move it back
controller.
over, I can get a close-up.
Well, we don't have the.
What are you looking for?
Just move it back over so they can see it closer. Yeah, puts
Like
it back
this?
in the camera.
Like this?
Yeah, right there.
Move it back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So underneath the mount is an adapter that's an azimuth adjuster, which gives you fine azimuth adjustment. But then what really makes it heavy duty, and what makes most mounts heavy duty, is a bigger tripod. Okay. And so this is the portable tripod. That would. I would say ultra portable tripod that comes with the basic system. But the HD version has a much heavier duty tripod. Some might say it's overkill, but
No.
What's overkill? I don't know. You know, I would have tripods with 4-inch legs. Okay, so, but it does make it very, very sturdy. And then what also would come with it would be the polar finder scope. And also comes the dovetail, the rail that you can attach your DSLR camera to.
Yep.
You can buy all of those things separately and build up into an HD type of model. If you don't think that you need the heavy duty tripod, and a lot of people shoot without it, then fine. But things I like to recommend, just kind of right off the top for an Ixos 100, is to buy the accessory Azimuth controller, because it does give you finer adjustment for polar alignment.
So
Well-
have a good polar alignment for astrophotography.
A couple
Again,
more people before we leave. It
Yep.
says Astro Beard, Billy's Astro, and
Yeah.
Norm Hughes all
Hey
say
guys,
hello.
those are all regulars.
Don't forget, guys, to make sure you follow us on the Amazon Live portion of the show, because we are doing a contest over there. At the end of this one, we'll provide a little snippet, give you more details on what the contest is going to do. Other than that, this is Scott, Tyler. We're glad you guys stopped in at Facebook Live. See you over at Amazon here shortly.
Do you want to know more about exploring the night sky or connecting with nature? Are you interested in meteorology, microscopy, or inspiring the next generation of innovators? Each weekday at 2 p.m. Central, our team members and special guests are tackling topics like these on Explore Scientific's Amazon Live channel. We have a great time making this engaging content, and we want to make sure that we are reaching as many people as we can. With that in mind, we are having a giveaway for those that officially follow our channel. By submitting an entry form by April 1st, 2022, and following our channel on Amazon, it will help us track our outreach efforts and helps you easily navigate to our latest live stream offerings. All those who submit an entry form by April 1st, 2022 and meet the eligibility requirements will be entered into a drawing to win the following package of Explore Scientific gear: the First Light 80mm refractor telescope and Ixos 100 PMC8 go-to mount package, along with a USB power bank. Entries are being accepted through 11:59 p.m. on April 1st, 2022. Each entrant must be a follower of Explore Scientific's Amazon Live channel. Entrants must read and agree to and abide by the rules at the time of submission.
No, yeah, look here what I got. I can finally see all my sources.